Oh, g'day gang. Actually nothing happening today because it's an absolute stinker is what we call it where I live. That's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 46. That in American is 115. So she's quite warm here at the minute, and I just thought I might. I've got to wait for my buddy Paul. Here he is now. Now, coming to get his car. I took it down the. I picked it up. I had it down at work. I was getting the aircon sorted out, and so. Yeah, what do you think of Redwall? What do you think of that? Hello, buddy. How are you, mate?
How goes it?
How was your drive this morning?
Warm. It was warm, but at least it had a bit of air conditioning, so it's up to good, so.
I did find that when I came out and checked that aircon, that when it was on 3, it was all coming out the front vent. Like,
okay, yeah.
As soon as I went to 4, for some reason it went up to the screen. So whether that's got anything to do with it, I wouldn't have thought. But
yeah, okay.
It was all vacuum controlled, so maybe where you go to, I don't know,
maybe,
mate. But, and that was on the face level, but.
Okay. Right. We'll sort it out.
And I would think that code that we had there, the airflow meter.
Yeah.
Is that's why it probably didn't idle. Now he's put in there. I noticed that he pulled the idle motor and all that sort of stuff apart, and cleaned it all out and whatever because it wouldn't idle. And I think it didn't idle because it had the code for the airflow meter.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, when I cleared that, it all idles in because when he brought it over, it wouldn't idle.
Oh really? Okay.
But did you say that you...
Every now and then it would stall.
Yeah.
Just out of the blue, just...
It would be the airflow... Yeah, that's what it was doing.
Yeah,
it'll be that airflow meter.
Yeah.
And... but now I've set the code and I cleared the code.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens. I mean, transmission soon to go okay when I brought it back,
Okay.
It makes a nice noise and it's good. It's a good car to drive actually.
Yeah, it goes good, eh?
Yeah. Anyway, all good.
Thank you, Squire.
No problems, bud.
Alright, I'm going to take it and put it in the garage and one good thing got me while they left it outside. I got off my arse and insured it, so it's insured Shannon's for 30 grand again. So.
What'd they give you agreement on?
30 grand.
30 grand?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, 30
That's
grand
good.
sight unseen. He said we can probably get higher if you want some photos and shit.
$50 a month or something?
It was...
52 a month? It's not a lot.
I'm not sure. It wasn't stupid money. It was...
well, that's 36 and it's 54 a month.
Yeah, it was... I don't know, I can't remember. It might have been... Yeah, it was only $25 a week or something like that.
Yeah, it's bugger all, mate. Yeah.
Something stupid.
It's bugger all.
Yeah, so...
I've left both your windows cracked to give you a bit of... You crank it up and let the air blow for a bit, mate. Because you're going to be fucking hot as a bastard in there, wouldn't you? I don't think she likes the heat, mate. Hey? I don't think she likes the heat. Like cold start's perfect, and I mean it has been quite a while since I had it running here. It's a few hours now, but as I say, I was just doing a little video. I was going to show them why I'm pulling that bit out the front of the out of the Chevy, and I said it's 46 degrees, so everything's warmed up.
I got back at 1 o'clock and it was 47 at Londonderry. 48, sorry.
It's insane. It's insane, mate. This is Australia and we get summer heat, but
I jumped in the fucking...
It's just a little crazy at the minute.
I jumped in the pool and it was like getting in a fucking bathtub.
Yeah, it should be on, mate.
Yeah, no,
I checked up the front. It's all spinning around and stuff like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it should start getting...
Yeah, it's happening now.
Yeah. Because you got to, well, like I say, now see you've lost it. It's starting to go away.
Yeah.
It went up to the screen there.
Yeah.
So something in that. I think maybe that switch might be a bit dicky. Something to do with the.
It's.
Yeah, I'd go 3. I think, mate. That'll be the one for me. It's got to clear. It's got to cool all. Yeah, it's coming good.
It's coming through.
It's got to cool all the ducting and everything out.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to cool all that shit down before it can actually do the job. But gee, that idle's nice,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Then when you put it in gear and you load it, like if you just put it in gear and let the transmission just suck up a bit of that engine, that just slows it down a little bit more, and it really gives it a bit of attitude, doesn't it? Yeah. Am I on the right money, you reckon? They had it set on the recirc, but I put it to face. You probably go, yeah. They had it on the recirculation, but whether or not that's an issue, I don't know. But I just put it on face so I could quickly feel whether it was coming out. Yeah, I'd go back to that face or foot and face.
That one?
Or the next one over. What's that feel like? Should be getting some down at your feet. Yeah, a little bit.
Nothing at all.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll go the face then, mate. Put it on the face for a bit, and it should cool the whole lot down. Maybe we have to get a set of them switches. Because it's obviously, well, actually, we know what the problem is. It's because it's got that freaking big cam in it. It's got a manifold vacuum to set the. Yeah.
Nothing at all coming out of there.
Oh, it'll come good, you know that.
So what happens by the time we get home?
So it's coming out the window, mate. It's all coming out the windscreen. Feel up there. It's all coming out the mister because the vacuum in the manifold's not enough to
Yeah, I'll get some miles up and see how it goes.
There's a bit coming out the side here, so you should have a bit coming out there.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, it's all up in the window, mate. Yeah. So put your hand up there, it's all up in the window. That's on the money right there, mate.
Yeah, that's all we need. Yeah, we need some fucking exhaust, mate.
So everything on the docket's there. He said that I told him that I changed the compressor and we put brand new seals in there, so he didn't have to worry about that.
Okay, yeah.
And then I told him that I had the condenser off it.
Yeah.
And so maybe those seals were crooked, and he replaced those.
Yeah, he replaced it. Yeah,
Plus, he did the service and put the new receiver dryer in it.
Yeah.
And gassed it right up and checked the oil and all that sort of shit.
Yeah,
so
he ran me and he was waffling on this, and I said,
yeah, just do it,
fix
mate.
it. I said, I don't give a fuck. Just whatever the problem is, fix it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I don't care. Fix it. He said, okay. That's all good. Yeah, we've got it now, so.
Yeah, I might just say to Gary, like, next time, you know, if you get a car that won't idle like the Paulies did, just give it a quick scan and just see if there's this code for it, because that's all that stopped this from idling. Was that the airflow motor decided it wasn't going to play the game. And where'd you drive? Goulburn?
No, we've got to Campbelltown and then I'll turn around and come back.
Campbelltown, is that where is that when the light come on?
Light come on at Campbelltown.
At Campbelltown?
Yeah.
What's that in kilometres?
50.
50 kilometres?
50 odd, yeah.
Okay. I really don't know, because that's the first time you've really driven a distance, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the first time it's been out. Yeah.
Well, it seems to be doing everything all right at the minute.
No, we'll just give it a bash and see how we go.
I checked the coolant and oil and all that sort of crap while I had it here anyway, Paul, so...
Awesome.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Happy days, mate.
Well, mate, I'll take it home and put it away.
I'll see you tomorrow and we'll go and sort out the Susie.
10, 11 o'clock, whatever's not going to be stinking.
Oh, it's going to be pretty hot, mate. I wouldn't mind sort of... I'll check the temperature, what it's going to be tomorrow, but if it's going to be hot like today, I'd like to get it over early in the morning.
Yeah, I've only got, at this stage, we've probably only got to change that thing off for Charlie's, which I've got to go and get it anyway.
Oh yeah, okay. And I can change. Is the Susie at your place?
Yes.
Well, I'll change
Do
that switch over too because I've got that
Yeah,
O2 sensor.
You'll go with the flow tomorrow and whatever.
Yeah.
I'll be
mate.
home anyway, so.
Cheers, bud.
All right, mate.
Have a goodie.
You good, my friend?
You too, mate.
Okay, mate.
Yes, it's a pretty cool car. It did have 20s. I think it was 20s it had on it. Like 30 profile. Oh. Had 30 profile tyres on it, and it was just unrideable. It was just horrible. But we put these, I think they had 18s or 19s, I'm not sure exactly. But yeah. It makes an alright racket when it goes up the road. See you, bud. Running up on that converter. Anyway. Where were we at? Oh yeah, that's right. That's where we're at. Okay. A couple of my buddies are asking, what was the purpose of making this? Well, the whole idea is we're going to make this removable, because even such a simple thing as changing the oil filter. Can you see it down there? For me, it's going to be down there somewhere. I can't get my face out of the camera really in there properly, but if you can see the oil filter, well, to get to that, just to get to the oil filter, every time I want to change the oil, and the oil, I change the oil more often than the filter because the actual filter probably doesn't filter out more than, I don't know, 1,000 kilometres, maybe, whatever. I don't do a lot of driving in this because there's a little bit I want to do to it. The steering and stuff like that I've got to do. Maybe yeah. Okay, so let's finish this off. This little talk I'm having here. It's just going to be so much easier to get over the top of everything once this is out of the way, to get the radiator out or anything else that has to be done. This tie bar is probably going to stay where it stays. And look, if I could take this, if I could just hack that off and just leave that right off, I'd probably be okay if that would work that way. But I have had this undone over here, and this really does move about, and we can't have that, because when metal starts moving about, it becomes fatigued and stuff like that. But at any rate, I don't know, maybe it's just going to be too wicked hot tomorrow as well to come out and actually do anything. But I might have a minute to maybe put it up in the air, and I can show you what it's like from underneath. The cross member's been cut and boxed and stuff like that, where the filter goes into, so you can't sort of get it up from behind, and undo because the filter is screwed on from that side. And it's just to get the filter off, just the filter itself. We'll come back now. Like I said, now you can see the filter. You can see there it is down in there, and it is actually right. Can you see you can see the inner pivot for the control arm, and you can see that's the actual frame there. So you've got to get it. You've got to get from the front, and you just can't get it from this. So to get it, you have to actually pull the alternator out. As we have a look, you can see it sort of extends past the inner mudguard there. No, we won't see it because it's low. But once we jack it up, you can see it. Oh, pardon me. And so that's the whole thing. I mean, I think for me to change the oil filter and have to, okay, to get down there, I'm going to have to, you know, with this removed to be able to get the filter. You know, I take these covers off, take this off, which you've seen me do, but I should be able to get it really easy from the front there instead of having to go round this way, you know what I mean? And you know, and then the air intake tube, once that's out of the way, it's just free real estate down in there, and I can leave the alternator in situ. Yeah, so that's the reason why. That's the reason why I want to chop that bit out. Yeah, if I could do without that tie bar, but it just doesn't. You can't. You know, it just doesn't work. This just moves around too much. The whole, because you got to remember, this is like all these pieces are individually bolted together. This is not one big chunk. This is, you know, we got this is the bolts that are probably, you know, 4 or 5. Yeah, a distance apart. Probably something like that distance there apart, all the way along. And the same goes down here, and it's not really very sturdy. That's why they put that stuff on there. Anyway, before I melt any further, I'm going to go in and maybe I've been talking too long. This is even it's in a cooler. It's getting too hot now already. Even inside with the aircon flat maggot, it's 32 something. So everything's struggling to do its job today. Anyway, we'll see you next time round. Have yourselves a good one. Cheers. Check it out. Oh, actually, tomorrow I'll jack it up, and I'll give you a look underneath. Till then, cheers. Have a good one.